It is Artificer Larry. It's a little after 10 here on the east coast of the US. We're gonna get going in the Lost Temple of Dirthamen today. I have no idea if my intro was just cut off. Good morning. It's Artificer Larry. It's early. We're gonna go. This is one of my favorite side quests. I love the Lost Temple of Dirthamen. I think it is really, really cool. It's a little bit of like it's not really horror, but it like pretends to be horror for part of it. Okay. Before I throw myself at the temple, I have 59 whole slots in my inventory, but I'm gonna manage some of this. 35% heal on kill. I can't even fucking imagine that. That sounds like something Bull needs, honestly. Actually, that might be a really good one for a Reaver. Let's head into the Undercroft and see what we can do here. I paused for a second because I was like, but if I turn around, I can start the things on the war table. But that's I don't that's time. All right. Do I have stuff to sell? Oh, I bet I have creature research items, don't I? Only 2. Okay. Huh. I guess I just Oh no, because I have to all right. I know. I understand. I know what I did here. Okay.
This is where a smith should be.
Alright. Oh god, I love that sword so much. And it's one-handed. It's not as good as the... Oh, god damn it, it's so pretty, though. This one we're getting rid of. Because I don't need something with a... corrupting rune. Especially since it's not particularly special besides that. What does that get me, though? That doubles my cunning. That gets me willpower. I don't remember what those do, honestly. It's so pretty! Ooh, 10% chance to apply poison. Ooh. That's actually... Per hit, that's not that different. Oh, kitty cat, please be careful with the nest near my MacBook. I'm watching my cat step gingerly down onto a blanket behind my MacBook. Render's Blade. 145 AoE. But 10% chance to apply Walking Bomb for 5 seconds with detonation of 50% weapon damage. But Bull has the Prismatic Great Axe, I think. Maybe. Well, it's not in here, so it must be something that you can't actually alter in any meaningful manner. So, what we're doing with that one is we're just getting the shit off of it, because it's not as good. What about coal? What does coal have? Because I feel like 249 is pretty good. Ah, it is. Okay, okay. So, That one's got bonus damage versus demons, but it's also otherwise not as good. So we're going to go with Lady Jacosta's Revenge for him, and remove that dagger grip, and move on. God, I love that bow. I think I was keeping this one intentionally. No, no, it wasn't this one. It couldn't have been this one. That doesn't have good enough stats for it to be that one. Yeah. Okay. Remove. 16 decks. I can't fucking believe I got that. That's ridiculous. I love it. Alright. Yeah. Alright, cool. Next. Now I can go through and sell all the things that I'm not gonna use. Oh. No, I'm actually in my inventory screen. I'm like, wait a minute. What do you mean I can't sell that? That's not the problem. It's early. Coal. Pick up your dagger, boy. That one. And I don't really think that I need Master Demon Slaying Rune right now. And I'm certainly not going to need it on something that does less damage. Ba-doop boop boop. Oh yeah, Masterwork Scout Armor. That's right. I was going to strip that too. Cool. Let's do that. Figure out if anybody can use 7 Cunning and 5 Willpower. Magic Defense. But it's so ugly. I'm sorry, I can't do that to Sarah, regardless of how much it would boost her stats. Which hurts me. I hate it when that happens, because I'm like, I just want my characters protected, and then I'm like, but if it's ugly. I'm too queer for this, I can't make that shit ugly. I mean, I don't really care as much about Cole's jacket, because it is not pretty either way. Oh, I prefer that. Let's go with that. Hooray! Okay. Now I can also sell the Masterwork Scout Armor, because it's not anywhere near as good as what I have. Hooray! Get rid of the things. Yeah. That wasn't very many things. I can't do storage things from down here. I'm actually too short now. I think I got accustomed to doing that when I was playing a Kunari, and the chest was at, like, head level instead of a foot over her head. Store. Store for now. Ditto. Ditto. Nobody's got a great sword. Firm round pommel. I think I have like 4 of those. I'm gonna check before I put either of those in there, because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. So we're gonna remove a couple and sell them all. Good lord. And they've all got the same stat, too. Because sometimes they have better stats. That is exactly the same goddamn thing. So I guess I'm gonna sell some upgrades, too. Oops. Cool. And we're also gonna give Bull the Sigil of the Revenant. That was the thing that I forgot. Because my logic here... wrong button. The thing about Reavers is that Reavers operate on how much health can I lose and still function. So if I drop his max health and give him plus 35% heal on kill, he's less likely to die and more likely to have more effective health-based stuff. I don't know if that is actually going to work the way I think it's going to, but we're going to give it a shot. Where does that put me? 18. I'm much more okay with that. I still think I'm going to drop off those creature research items, though. The easiest way to do that is to just bounce up to where Liliana is. Walk back down to the war room like a normal person. Or, you know, drop directly onto Solus's desk. Because that's the fun thing. Whee! Oh, I missed. Okay. Now we'll walk into the war room like a normal person. Damage bonus against beasts. Codex unlocked. Black Wolf. Wait. I have killed so many wolves. What codex did I unlock? Oh, that's interesting. I get like a progress bar on the ones that I haven't unlocked fully. Bear. Where's the Black Wolf? Bogfisher. Bruiser. Wait. L. Black. Okay. The scouts report activity uncharacteristic of lupine behavior. The breach and resulting rifts have caused unprecedented disruptions in the Vale. Such alterations to the environment may account for the unnatural aggression. If this is indeed the case, I cannot yet say how widespread the impact. How many wolves does this environmental imbalance influence? What threat do they pose to resistant members of the pack, to the local population? This warrants further investigation. Is it literally just that it says damage against beasts increased now? I'm gonna be... That's disappointing. Okay. That's fine. Whatever. I haven't talked to Josephine in a while. Whatever. I have waited long enough. We're gonna go and talk to some elven gods. Oops. I have 2 Skyhold saves. That's not correct. What I usually do is I'll have like 1 at Skyhold, 1 at whatever current map I'm on, and then 1 for like special stuff, like the Lost Temple of Dirthamen, where we're going in a couple of minutes once I get through all of this nonsense. Yay, we saved some mages! And got some stuff. Yay, we saved Zevran! Liliana, it's been a pleasure, Zevran. I love him. Yay! We got the stuff from the caravan, and Sarah got an Amulet of Power. Oh, look. Available. Oh, man. Requires 3 hours. Okay. That's fine. I received from news from... Bleh. Words are hard this morning. I received some news from Meveris. It seems her little resistance has drawn support just as she hoped it would. Thing is, that support comes in the form of idealistic magisters with no real power, while the ones who might see her group as a threat are the true heavy hitters. Reading between the lines, I'd say Meveris is in more hot water than she lets on. It's like you understand her or something, because you do exactly the same thing, Dorian. Anyway. She's crafty, but she could use more help right about now, or the resistance might die on the vine. Up to you, but if you ask me, any enemies of the Venatori should be friends of ours. Dorian. Okay, so we've got 3 different answers with 3 different times. Lowest time, which does not necessarily mean the best answer, but it's always tempting. Send some Templars north. Disguised, of course. Real Templars, the sort who can disrupt magic. That should be all the help she needs. I do remember really liking that one. Allow me to handle this. Eliminate one of her enemies, and the rest will believe she can strike at them with impunity. They will back off. Or, the Inquisition is now a force to be reckoned with, even in Tevinter. Openly declare our support for the Resistance. Oh, so, like, I'm tempted to go with Josephine, but Josephine has no teeth, for this one. That's, like, I feel like that would not be as helpful as it could be, so we're gonna ignore that completely. There's a Magister, and there's Cullen's nonsense. We're gonna kill a Magister, or we're gonna send up some Templars. But I gotta be honest, I'm really fond of sending Templars up there because if I remember correctly, Dorian was like, "Yeah, Tevinter Templars are not a thing. They're not. They don't disrupt magic the way Ferelden Templars do." So we're gonna send up some Templars and scare the hell out of Maevaris' enemies. And I'm gonna be blinded by my cat's tag. Sweetie, you are sitting in the sun. Yes, hi. Okay. Sorry, that was right in my eyeballs. Claim Grey Warden cash. Um... Hmm. I don't really want to send someone to do something that's going to take 6 hours right now. Because 3 hours might be, like, the end of my stream or so. So I can just, like, bounce back in here and be like, yeah, sure, I can, you know, send them on another War Table mission thing. I mean, it probably won't be now. But I can bounce back in between as long as it's not a particularly interesting one and just be like, yeah, I'm going to take care of this. I can bounce back in after stream. Ooh, oh god, the Memorial for Haven is still up here. Shit. That's why. Volunteers. I should have sent Cullen over here. Fuck. That's alright. Do it next time. That's the one. I have so much shit that I need Cullen to do. Okay. Did I figure out what I was doing here? Support her indirectly. I like that one. It's also the least amount of time, and I have no idea how to judge this political bullshit. Dance with the Dowager is typically something I want Josephine for, but also I think support from Navarra has to be Josephine. It does not, in fact. Oof. Oh, yeah, no, I want Josephine anyway, though. A letter delivered to Skyhold. From Navarra. No, that's... Yeah, from Navarra. Shit. Tyrion Veneto, on behalf of Her Grace Duchess Amalia. I have no idea what accent to do here. Fuck it. First, allow me to compliment the Inquisition's many victories on behalf of the Forsythia family. While Southern Thedas has seen the worst of it, we recognize that recent tragedies concern us all. Your Inquisitor's work in sealing the rifts and stabilizing the South has lessened troubles here as well. The Forsythia House would lend its support to the Inquisition. We would be happy to meet with your representatives to make it official. Tyrion Veneto, on behalf of Her Grace Duchess Amalia. A missive from Josephine follows the letter. The Forsythias are one of the great noble houses in Navarra. While other noble families are divided between those who support the Pentagast line and those who would see new blood on the throne, the Forsythias have remained politically neutral. I doubt the Forsythias' offer is entirely altruistic. There are advantages to aligning with a powerful, far-reaching institution. Nevertheless, accepting their support gives us allies in Navarra without making a significant political statement. Josephine. Approach from a position of strength. Send a personal guard with our representative. That sounds bad. The Forsythias might be more generous if they knew we had certain information on them. That also sounds bad. Let's keep the visit friendly. A few representatives can discuss the form their support will take.
Inquisitor?
We're gonna go with Josephine, because... Josephine. Because this is a diplomancy thing. So we're gonna send our diplomancer. I mean our diplomat, right? Right. I should be forthcoming. I absolutely stole that particular turn of phrase from my sibling. Um, I got stuff. I think Sarah got a. Yep, Amulet of Power. Here we go. What does she have? Malika's Guard. Oh no, I have to choose between a Dex Amulet and Malika's Guard? Shit. Oh, that one also gives me 10 Dex. Never mind. We'll keep her with Malika's Guard. That's fine. I'm good. I'm not super awake, but I'm good. Oh, I should store those. Grenades belt. What do I have Varric with right now? Belt of Sunder. Um, Varric is really the only one that does. No, hang on. Artificers don't do grenades. They do mines. That's... Grenades are specifically things that I've just never bothered with, actually, so I can just fucking sell that one. We'll give him the enhanced Belt of Sunder, because I have a better one than he was wearing now. Do I have anybody that would wear a Belt of Staggering? I can give Cassandra the Belt of Staggering that I have. Or I can give it to Dorian, because if he gets hit, he's gonna need the break. What does he have? Belt of Melee Defense. That makes sense. Belt of Health. Belt of Healing. Yeah, okay. This works. Yes. At some point, I do need to go back and, go back to the Forbidden Oasis, so maybe that's what I'll do after I get through the Lost Temple of Dirthamen, because that is absolutely not going to take me the entire stream. It's not a super involved quest. It's a lot of fun. It's one of my faves, but it's very, very simple. I'm gonna store those belts because I don't really need them. Oh, I might need spirit resistance though. Fuck it. Oh, wait, that was the wrong screen. Shit. Hang on. Meh, 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 meh. Okay. Think we're good. Inventory. Come to think of it. Ring of Doubt makes you invisible, but it also makes you fucking glitch. Every time I have equipped the Ring of Doubt to Solus, who is the one mage in my party that I'm like, yeah, I could not see you. Um, which is rude and terrible, but he glitches every time I give him the Ring of Doubt. Does not matter, like, who else is in my party, doesn't matter which playthrough, he's just glitchy as hell. And he just stops attacking at that point. I'm like, you traitor. I really want to give Tali Avenger. I'm gonna leave it there and not do it yet, but... Okay. We're gonna go to the last Temple of Dirthamen. Oh my god, who do I want to bring? Fuck. I need a rogue. I think with the Trepanner's Requital, versus Bianca. I think Sarah and Varric do the same amount of damage right now, so I don't think that matters that much. I also don't really need my rogue to be a damage dealer. You know what, though? I don't remember bringing Cole. We're bringing Cole. I want to see how horrifying this gets. I definitely want Solus. And then... Wait, shit, I have to talk to Vivienne also. Do I want Vivienne or Dorian? I know there are some critters in this one. They're not really... I guess there's a couple of demons. Hmm. I'm not sure how much help Dorian's damage type would be, but we're bringing him anyway because I don't bring him places. And I like Dorian. I like Dorian a lot, especially as compared to Vivienne, so we're bringing him. Because I can. Alright, here we go. Ancient Elven Temple.
Someone's been here.
I thought we knew that. Explorers in the Temple. The small book appears to be a collection of notes, judging by their dates, written over a period of 3 years. They chronicle the search for something called Dirthamen's Wisdom by an Orlesian archivist, Lord Gretien Fol. Oh, they're Orlesian. Fuck, I forgot about that. Alright. The elven god of secrets disappeared along with all his kin, or so their legends claim. Yet his priesthood remained behind, and the priests were said to possess the ability to see and know all. I believe this to be the result of magic and not a divine gift. Magic locked in treasures that remain to this day. With the aid of my companions, I hope to prove it. I have found a temple of... Oh, excuse me. I believe I have found a temple of Dirthamen, the resting place for the wisdom, or at least the location of the last high priest who is said to possess it. From all I have gathered, it might be possible to summon this high priest's spirit from the ether here in this place. Impossible? Yet Dirthamen's rituals will evidently allow it. Perhaps one of the oldest secrets we know of will be revealed to us here. Oh boy! Ghosts. There's a lot of ghosts in this temple, guys. Just putting that out there. Discovered Path of Shadows. And oh look, there's a thing to be investigated through this wall. So we're gonna start on this side. Ba-doop, boop, boop. Oh look, a thing. No. This way first. Chamber of Misery. That's pleasant. So I can examine this, but it doesn't do anything. Requires Veilfire. So I have to find the Veilfire, which I think is right across the way over here. Yep. Oh, excuse me. God. This is what I get for, like, face planting in my cat. And every cat owner is gonna understand exactly what I just said, because you just kind of go, I love you, and just, like, face plant. And yeah. Take... Is that the heart of misery? The head of misery? The head of misery. Good lord. Okay.
It's as if the altar's waking up.
Guys, what did we summon? We summoned some shit. There's Tali. I'm like, I can't tell who I equipped here or who I selected. I don't know what's going on. I wonder, actually. Well, that's not helpful. Not after it dies. Oh, it does give it to me. Cold resistance, fire vulnerability. Well... Spirit vulnerability. Okay. Well, This is the problem. Like, Dorian has one of the best... Uh...
It's warm.
It's alive. It is alive, because the creature connected to it is alive. It is but one piece of the whole.
That's pleasant. I started to say Dorian has the best and worst elemental affinity in my game because I always focus him on Storm, which is kind of fitting for a Necromancer, really, because he can do the most damage to critters that are spirit type, if you will, spirit type damage, because they typically spirit and electric are typically opposite in Inquisition, and you know, fire and ice are opposite. So anything that does electric type damage, I feel like I'm talking about Pokemon. Any critter that does electricity damage is more likely to be weak to spirit, which any of my mages can do, but if I come up against one that does spirit damage, which is a lot of them, they're weak to electricity damage. Oh. I'm not sure if I want to read these all at once or if I'm gonna read them as I get them, so. The Lost Temple of Dirthamen. We few whisper here where shadow dwells. These are elves. I should give them a sensible elven accent. Ancient elves were not super Irish like the modern elves, but I don't care. We few whisper here where shadow dwells. Some words remain unuttered. Truths are pushed down, down, where they shall never arise again.
It's strange that I can understand that.
The secrets of this temple have remained unspoken for too long. They wish to be known.
Also, you have Veilfire. Okay. Next thing. Was there anything over here? There wasn't, was there? Because this is just where the path splits, right? Yeah, okay. So that's just the split in the path, so we're gonna come up against this door, realize that it is locked, and go around. Because I gotta. We're gonna collect the Rash Mine first, though. Because I do kind of need that. Oh, hello. A room. Light the torch, regular torch. Oh, look! An ancient door!
Whispers are louder in there. I can see them.
You can see the whispers.
Yes?
No way through this gate. Wonder what it's made of.
See, I'm glad I brought Cole, because that's... You can see the whispers. That was not something I was expecting. Given I know what the whispers are, that makes sense, but that's one of those things where it's like, okay, Cole, you sound nuts out of context, but I get it. So that's where we go last, I think. Yeah. So we're gonna go up here first. Actually, before anything goes extremely weird, I'm gonna save. Oh, wow, look at that picture for Kaer Oswin. I almost don't want to save over that because that's so pretty. But also, I seem to recall the save picture for here is really... Oh no, okay, it's not exactly what I thought it was. It's cool, but... Alright. So there's a random lever over here. And there's some water that we gotta get by. And if I remember correctly, those go together. Yes, they do. Cool. Because if you run under the water with your fucking fancy Veilfire torch, it goes out. Oh look, a thing. We're gonna read the thing. Explorers in the temple. A number of notes are scribbled on the scroll, many crossed out or written in terse, angry letters. Reveal the heart, united with the flame. Together they will form the key to liberation, advancement. The translation is not clear. I also do not think this brazier is the flame it speaks of. They were figuring shit out. Lost Temple of Dirthamen. Dirthamen is gone, he said. Our highest one brings to us this gravest news. What shall we do? Where shall we go? What of the old secrets that burn within our hearts? Take the tongue of whispers. Are you freaked out yet? It sounds like a fucking terror shriek. Which kills me. That's not the button. That's the button. Fight me! Yeah! I hate the terrors. Like, I love their design, but also, oh my god, fighting terrors. I hate the ones that teleport. Especially since I'm playing a warrior, because they're not the most mobile. Alright. So, that's that one. Now we take... Well, technically it's going to be a left in a second, but it was originally going to be a right. We go down this hall. And we light the other brazier, because... I'm also going to save. Because I'm going to save like 100,000 times in here, because everything in this particular location is a little bit weird. I'm way over-leveled for it, so I'm not worried, but also, it's weird. Oh, look, a thing! Barriers can be destroyed. It's supposed to be by fire. That's fine. We're going to just grab the nearest mage. We're going to grab the nearest mage that isn't ice, so it doesn't take a million years. And we're just going to go with the barrier. Because it doesn't actually take opposite elemental damage. It doesn't fucking matter. It's just easier with opposite elemental damage. Loot. Nice. We got the bow of helpful hazard. Antifa and dual blade. Explorers in the temple. They came for me in the night, but I won't let them take it. I'll find Dirthamen's wisdom on my own. Those traitors want riches for themselves. They won't have a clue how to decipher the remainder of the ritual. Let it be known that I, Lord Gretian Fall, am not to blame for what befalls them. I am not to blame for any of this. Sounds a little paranoid, huh?
Another one of the explorers.
He hid here. He died afraid.
I mean, running around in a haunted elven temple full of, you know, dead priests. I feel like that's a reason to be afraid. Just saying. So we're going to light both of these so that I remember where I came from. Which, you know, sounds good, but also I'm going to forget. Because we're also going to light this one. And go, wait, fuck, that is covered in water, so I can't get through this with the Veilfire torch. And then we're going to go over here and examine the body. Explorers in the temple. This human man was a warrior, dead for perhaps a few months. His skin is dried and stretched over his bones. From what you can tell of the corpse, he was stabbed in the back. An expression of terror remains locked in the rictus of the dead man's face.
One of the explorers, or his remains anyway.
So we got a human warrior. Crypts of the Forgotten. Aha! Yes! That's one of the Veilfire things. Cool. Oh, look. A rune. Our highest one. He deceives us. Sorry, I didn't pick an accent there. Our highest one. He deceives us. The honeyed words that drip from his tongue. We know the despair they mask. We disciples of Dirthamen know truth now as ever. Yeah, I think those are a little more interesting when read all at once, so I'm gonna come back to those. Explorers in the temple. I don't care what Lord Gretian claims. There were voices last night whispering to us in our sleep. It is not silly fears. It is this place. Is it worth finding the artifact if it hunts... the artifact he hunts, if it attracts spirits to us as we search? And how did the spirits know our names? They knew personal things, events I would rather forget. I would leave if it did not mean foregoing my entire pay after months of work. And then we come in here. Paragon's Luster? That's random. Okay. Hey Cole, pick me a lock, would you? Lock picker, pick me a lock. Chamber of Torment! That's pleasant. Let me check my map. I think this is actually the very spot that we tried to get to, with the water in the way, so that's good. The thing is over here. Oh, and now we're... Yep, and there's the water. Okay, cool. Rune! The Highest One promises safety. I shall protect our ancient secrets, he claims. All that Dirthamen once granted us will be safe. But it is our blood he seeks, a sacrifice dark and unholy, a prison of evil to keep us in, and all else out. I'm gonna drink some coffee because my throat is super dry. Good lord. Ah, coffee. Is there anything else in here? There doesn't seem to be. Okay. Does that say hands? Take the hands of torment? It does, doesn't it? Take the hands of torment. Okay. Hey guys. We got some shit. Yeah. Alright. What did I miss? Tell me it's just a corpse. Okay, it's just a corpse. Possessed Explorer! It's a very specific corpse. That's nice. Ornate Elven Key.
Somewhere back in the ritual area, perhaps.
Maybe. Okay. But that just closes these doors, right? Nope. What did that do? That's... Oh, that's not what I wanted. God damn it. I wanted to pick up the torch. Pick up the torch. Put the lever back where it was. Pick up the fucking torch. Thank you. Okay. Oh, you know what? That might have turned off the water. Yeah, now I can get out the door without running through a friggin' river. Okay, cool. This is progressing even faster than I expected. Look, a door! We can't get through this door. There's more stuff we gotta do first, and then also a ritual, which is extremely beyond fucked up. We're gonna save. Because this is where I get lost a lot. So this is another ancient door, not the locked one that was over here. We do have to go back there, but for right now, I should... Yeah, I was gonna say, I should be able to just go through this one. Oh, no, I see. That's where the key leads, because that's the first I can get the other door from the other side, I think, is what's going on there. This one goes with that. Creak. Yeah, okay. And there's a little door over here, which Cole is gonna pick the lock for me. Thanks, Cole. And there's that over there. Okay, and the water's on the side. Okay, so I'm gonna check out my map here. We're gonna go this way first, take care of these. And then we're gonna go off over here because it gets, like, weird. So, now that I've unlocked all of the doors that I see. Let me save again. Go through this one first. Path of Secrets! I think this is all just one... No, it is not. Never mind, okay. The Path of Secrets, I thought, was the one that's just a big, long, like, hall. But it doesn't seem to be, so we're gonna go through here. Because I think this is also part of the Path of Secrets, which is, in fact, a big, long hall. Break down the wall! I love being a warrior. Do not run through... God damn it, I did the fucking... I do this every time, I swear to God. I'm like, don't run into the water! And then I run directly into it. I swear I'm not as much of a dumbass as I seem sometimes. Alright, Solus, your turn. Totally fucked up. Don't run into the water. Thanks. Yeah. And then we go over here. And then, oh look! Another rune! The Lost Temple of Dirthamen. They will come for us in the night, those who would steal the words from our lips, and our God no longer rises to our defense. We claw at the walls. Now we pray for a dawn that will never arrive. Gracious. Okay, so I came from that way, right? Right. Wait a minute, no. I did not, I went the wrong way, god damn it. Whatever. We're over here, we'll do this first. Okay. Yes, I intentionally put that in a weird spot. I did not intentionally put it on the corner of the wall, but that is not the worst thing that I could have done with it. Yeah. Yeah. Solus, for fuck's sake. I swear to God. There we go. Alright, cool. Water. Can't get there from here.
We're near another artifact.
Okay. Oh my God, it's right between... That was a very interesting spot for that. It was right between the wall and one of the elven statue things. One of the markers, basically. I definitely did not pay attention to what that was. Oh yeah! This is the double arcane horror room. Oh, okay. Fight me! Fuck off. Yeah! Damn it. Shit. You think you're getting slaughtered, Dorian. God damn it. You! Fucking... Arcane horrors make me so mad. Where'd it go? There it is. Almost done, almost done, almost done, almost done, almost done. Yes! Now it belongs to Dorian. Oh my God, that was the second one? Sweet! Oh, we did it, guys. Yay! Give me all my loot. Hoarfrost Staff, Arcane Horror Heart, and Subbrocade and Arcane Horror Heart. Sweet! We did it! Hooray! Okay. I apologize for not reading which body part I just got from that altar there. So that was a minor mistake on my part. Oops. What did I miss? Oh, it's Ghoul's Beard. I don't need Ghoul's Beard. Okay. So we're gonna go in this direction. We're gonna head off to the corners. Excuse me. There's the Path of Secrets. Tully barely misses walking under the water again. There we go. Artifact.
The wards are working.
Activate the artifact, makes Solus happy. Where are we at? Oh, alright. Yeah, I guess we can go back through the door then, because that's all of the weird corners over here. So we're gonna go through here. Aha! The Lost Temple of Dirthamen. His mind which cannot think, his tongue which cannot speak, his hands which cannot touch, his ears which cannot hear, his eyes which cannot see, and thus shall our highest one be bound. He shall join us in our silence. I don't know if they were binding the god or the highest high priest, but man. Oh, I was totally over here. I just missed the fucking rune like a dumbass. Unless I was on that side of it? But there's a Veilfire torch right there. Yay!
The torch goes out.
Wait, shit. Hang on. I just went in a circle. I want to get back over there so that I can go over there. God, how do I get back there, though? Fuck. Unless, is that... I can't tell if that's a door. Find out. Go through that door. That's a fucking door. Okay, it's... Oh! That's this. Alright. This is the weird part. This is where shit gets utterly weird. So, let's light the Veilfire Brazier. There is a rune in here, and I think it's the last one. But I do have to find it. There we go. We will not have it, will not have it. The secrets are madness in our ears, but they are ours. The highest one cannot take them from us. Only Dirthamen, our keeper, only he, and if he does not take the secrets, they are ours forever. Okay, so we're gonna do the codex. Play probably. Lost Temple of Dirthamen here. Lornen's Exile. No. It's not in here. Okay. Shit. Good morning, alien. You've come just in time for me to find the last rune and in the Lost Temple of Dirthamen and get to the interesting part. It's not in here. I can't find it. Shit. History, maybe? No. Shit. Groups. It wouldn't be in groups. It's not in magic. Did I? There's gotta be something. Tails? Did I check tails? I checked tails. Wait, is it fucking under the? Because sometimes they put things under the whatever, and they totally ignore how that's supposed to work. The Empty Ones, the Lady of the Skies, the Lost City of Barandur, the Lost Temple of Dirthamen. Here we go. We few whisper here where shadow dwells. Some words remain unuttered. Truths are pushed down, down where they shall never arise again. Dirthamen is gone, he said. Our highest one, the high priest, brings to us this gravest news. What shall we do? Where shall we go? What of the old secrets that burn within our hearts? They will come for us in the night, those who would steal the words from our lips, and our God no longer rises to our defense. We claw at the walls, at the walls. Now we pray for a dawn that will never arrive. Our highest one, he deceives us. The honeyed words that drip from his tongue, we know the despair they mask. We disciples of Dirthamen know truth, now as ever. The highest one promises safety. I shall protect our ancient secrets, he claims. All that Dirthamen once granted us will be safe. But it is our blood he seeks, a sacrifice dark and unholy, a prison of evil to keep us in and all else out. We will not have it, will not have it. The secrets are madness in our ears, but they are ours. The highest one cannot take them from us. Only Dirthamen our keeper, only he, and if he does not take the secrets, they are ours forever. His mind which cannot think, his tongue which cannot speak, his hands which cannot touch, his ears which cannot hear, his eyes which cannot see, and thus shall our highest one be bound. He shall join us in our silence. So, Dirthamen, elven god of wisdom and secrets. Can we talk about how the opposite of their god of secrets leads them to silence? Like Dumat, old god of silence. Bless you, kitty. Yeah. Yeah. Wait for it, alien. It gets creepier. I've been finding body parts. I love this temple. This is one of my favorite side quests. It is super fucked up. Okay, is there anything? This is a hallway. There we go. Alright, Chamber of Despondency, in which there should be the last two altars. But I have to do it without walking through water, because if I walk under the streams of water, which are sometimes pouring from the ceiling, I lose my Veilfire Torch, and then I have to go relight it. So, this is the heart of Despondency. Oh, shit, there was more. For his heart, our highest one is bound. The secret that he keeps with us. The vigil that he keeps with us. His fear will not weaken us. No one shall come, dear mentor. In our eternity, only darkness reigns. And because I picked up a ritual body part, we're gonna end up with fucking arcane horrors. Fight me! So this makes 4 arcane horrors, I believe, that I've fought thus far, because the inhabitants of the temple, yeah, the Veilfire can go out. It's the worst. Which is hilarious, because it doesn't go out when you drop it in the water that you're walking through. But if you go under the stream of water from the ceiling, it goes out. So, I don't know. It's entertaining. Fuck you. Oh, man. You. Yeah. Where did it go? There it is. Fight me! Yeah! Yeah! Now it belongs to Dorian. And it's dead. What's over there? What did I miss over there? The downside to having the mini map where it is and the way it is that sometimes it shows me things through walls. It doesn't always. There we go. Sometimes it's in the same room. Alright, cool. So that's that. I pulled the lever to open the door, which I think is how we get back there. But I gotta find the last thing. And I gotta remember how to get there, which is apparently not this way. And now I lost the wall. I lost the hole in the wall. There it is. Okay. So, I want to go that way. Oh, wait a damn minute. Okay, so I can either... I might be able to get at it from this direction, but I might be able to get at it from that direction. Also, wait, did I miss an arcane horror? I think I only picked up one thing, one set of loot from arcane horrors, and I know that one of them always, like, respawns in a different location, so we're gonna go back and around, because fuck it is why. So we're gonna go back out this way. And... back through. Because if we go back out and around, we will find where the arcane horror might have respawned over here. And it's not there, so maybe I did get both. Maybe. And there's... Oh, yes, okay. Hardened Hightown in a fucking ancient elven temple. I think the explorers were reading what Varric writes as they were, not sleeping. So the pieces that you have missed, Alien, there was an Orlesian expedition launched a few months before we got here to find all of these pieces and reassemble the High Priest in a literal sense, and, excuse me, stretching, find Dirthamen's wisdom. Oh no, they were heard from again when we got here and found their journals. And or bodies. So, you know, not by anyone else. But, yeah. The leader of the expedition was going, "Oh, Dirthamen's wisdom, I think this is a magical item." Spoilers, he was right. But he, you know, died with the rest of his expedition because they were in a fucking haunted temple forever and got lost and attacked and were explorers, not fighters. So, so this is... where are we at? The Eyes of Sorrow. So the one that I missed must have been his ears. Alright. There we go. There's the last arcane horror. Let's go. Fight me! Yeah! Okay, or you can... there we go. I was gonna say, or you can not put my fucking, shortcut display. Yeah! Get back here. Get back here! Fight me! Ha! Yes. Did it work? It almost worked, but it worked over there, so that's fine. I love that the altars still glow as soon as I pick up the Veilfire torch. Because that's the altar. And if I put down the Veilfire torch, it stops glowing. even though there's nothing on it anymore, and then I pick it back up and it starts glowing again. Because elven magic. Alright, so I'm gonna save because I gotta. Alright. So I'm also going to check my journal because I'm 90% sure that I got everything in this map, given I have the entire map, but I would rather check. Yeah, that's it. Searched the dead explorers, recovered all the remains, got all the Veilfire runes. Yeah, that's it. Cool. Alright. Time for a quest finale. You got here at a good time, alien, because this is extremely fucked up. And also, I didn't have to run back and find new Veilfire 80,000 times because I didn't get stuck under the running water more than once.
And here's where the magic happens. Literally.
Oh, look. That looks like the elven artifact that Solus tells us to light up all the time. I wonder why. Place the Hands of Torment.
Careful. Bringing those organs here, putting them back together. Who knows what will happen?
The thing's glowing. Place the Eyes of Sorrow. Yeah, it doesn't... I don't think it actually technically matters anymore. I just still have the Veilfire because I had it from the last one. I just got into the habit of picking up Veilfire torches if anybody drops them, because it's nice to have. Place the Heart of Despondency. Notice that as I place things, the water is glowing in corresponding spots around the item here that, you know, exactly resembles the one that Solus is like, I sense another artifact of my people. Oh, let's read the thing. Explorers in the Temple. A series of papers and notes are stuffed into a small booklet. It is stained with dried blood and covered in dust. The most legible entry is the last. We're still not certain why Lord Gretien ran off during the night. The others think it's the nightmares, though they say it's voices that speak to them. We took a vote and decided to continue the search for Dirthamen's wisdom. If we don't, we forfeit everything we've worked towards. Trying to piece together all of Gretien's notes won't be easy. All I can think is that we need to put the relics, revealed by the braziers, into these flames. It's all part of some elven ritual, I suppose. The only gruesome part is all of these desiccated organs. Lord Gretien believed they were part of the high priest of this temple, and that we're somehow reassembling him. I find it unsettling that the elves would have disassembled their high priest in the first place. They're not wrong. Place the Head of Misery. Corresponding light in the water. Place the Tongue of Whispers. And the one that I completely missed. The elves had a good reason, it sounds like. Their high priest was like, yo, our god is dead. That's basically their reasoning. Like, we can no longer communicate with Dirthamen. The veil has been created. The gods have been sundered from our people. And they disassembled their high priest. That is what we for sure know. It is possible that they lost contact with their god Dirthamen and decided, like, they just kind of lost their minds. It is possible that they did that thing where you don't actually have contact with your god, but you really want to think you do, so you know, just kind of are nuts in the first place. Kill the bearer of bad news, basically. It's hard to tell exactly what happened for me, because this one's like... The first time I went through this, I was like, oh my god, I'm collecting body parts. Oh my god, why did they fucking dismembered their high priest? Why? And then the amount of arcane horrors here could just be the other priests. Because the arcane horrors come from when a mage dies horribly, basically. Let me bring up the codex entry for arcane horrors, because they're really interesting. Upon ascending... Oh, that's not helpful. Okay, well, upon ascending to the second floor of the tower, a gruesome sight greeted us, a ragged collection of bones wearing the robes of one of the senior enchanters. I had known her for years, watched her raise countless apprentices, and now she was a mere puppet for some demon. Arcane horrors are what happens when an extremely powerful mage dies and is possessed, just like a revenant is what happens in Dragon Age anyway. When a powerful warrior dies and is possessed, corpses are just kind of everyone else. But those two are particularly nasty. What is this? Darkspawn. That makes sense. So, anyway. Place the ears of unheeding. The first time I went through this, I was like, they fucking dismembered their high priest for what? He told them that they couldn't talk to their god anymore? What? And then you get to the end of the game and you're like, oh, all of these elven myths about Fen'Harel sundering the gods from their people and sundering, quote, the Forgotten Ones from their people and from the other gods were true. Oh shit. And then the second time I played through this part, I was like, did they just lose contact with Dirthamen because of the veil? Oh no. So, summon the highest one. So this artifact that looks exactly like all of Solus's, I sense one of the artifacts of my people, is now going to be used to summon the highest one. But we're just measuring the veil when it's Solus. It's fine. Yeah. Look, a despair demon. The highest one. So you get to this part, and for me, like, did the highest one turn into a despair demon by getting possessed by, effectively, despair? Initially, when they lost contact with Dirthamen, or did they become possessed by a despair demon because they were fucking dismembered by the other priests of the temple and couldn't, like, you know, do the priest thing anymore because they were dismembered? Solus and Cole tell you at the beginning of this mission that the items where, you know, your Inquisitor goes, ugh, it's still warm. The organs are still warm, according to Solus and Cole, because the items, the organs, and their original owner are alive. So these ancient elves dismembered their high priest alive, and somehow managed to keep this high priest alive while dismembered. So I feel like that's a real good reason to turn into a despair demon at that point, if you are alive in all of these pieces. That's the thing. Like, this is a super fucked up mission, and I love it. It is the most fucked. This is honestly probably one of the freakiest missions in the game, if you think about, like, what should have happened, or what must have happened to make it what it is. It's super fucked up, and I love it. I love shit like this. Give me my freaky sci-fi shit. Or, well, not sci-fi really, but fantasy. Let's dispel that, shall we? Cool. No, Spell Purge. Spell Purge is the Templar one. Shit. The other thing. Solus is doing Dispel. Yeah! Yeah! Also, the fact that they're just all teeth. I mentioned this before, but every time I see a Despair Demon's horrifying face, I'm just like, they're all teeth because they are gnashing their teeth in despair. This is perfect. This is the perfect fucked up design for a Despair Demon. Ugh. I love it.
So that was the High Priest of the temple.
Imprisoned in silence and despair by his own followers. A sad legacy.
And then the loot is all the way back here. Oh no. Maybe that's just corpse loot. Could see it happening either way, becoming a demon before or after. I'm leaning toward assuming after / during the dismemberment. Yeah, that's kind of where I lean. Because it's like, I would like to believe that they were like, there is a way for us to make this less awful, and that is to dismember this demon. But if he turned into a demon first, it is more likely that the demon would have won. So they dismembered their high priest, kept him alive somehow. In 6 pieces. And then just whatever was left. We haven't used any potions in this entire temple. I'm proud of me. And then we get up here. So I'm going to do this one at a time, because I can, because that way. Dirthamen's Wisdom. Oh, I can't read about it. That sucks. I can't read about it on the screen, but we found Dirthamen's Wisdom. It's a shield. So we're going to immediately go into our inventory and read about Dirthamen's shield, because I love it. Dirthamen's Wisdom. Well, I didn't mean to equip it, but that's okay. Actually, it's better than what I have, so I might as well. It has less of a strong armor rating, but imagine you're burdened with a horrible truth. The gods are gone. That would be a logical thing to push you over the despair event horizon. Abso-fucking-lutely. You know, so that itself would be a good reason for before. But at the same time, the demon would likely have won if it was one despair demon fighting these elven mages who likely hadn't dealt with despair demons in the same kind of way, which I will get to in a second. So every shield for a warrior is going to have 30% front defense, so those are the same. The one that I crafted several levels ago has 6% melee defense and 3% stagger on being hit because of the way that I crafted it. But this one gives you plus 4% melee defense, so slightly less, plus 2 strength, plus 2 con, and plus 5% extra damage for every enemy within 8 meters. This is one of the really, really useful shields in this game. It is one of the most useful, unique shields for the benefits that it gives you, in my opinion. Then you try to tell your followers this awful truth and they call you a heretic and dismember you alive. Definitely demon time. Exactly. I agree completely. Dirthamen's Wisdom. This shield's power has kept it whole after 1,000 years, and might even have saved the entire temple of Dirthamen from decay. It held special significance to the elven priests, perhaps allowing communion with the god of secrets himself. And then I every time I come to the Lost Temple of Dirthamen, I just get stuck on, you know, officially. I'm gonna make use of this supply cache. I don't need it, but it's there, so I'm gonna use it. I get stuck on this every time I come back to the Lost Temple of Dirthamen. The one thing that you get that they never really tell you if it's true or not, but the one impression... Am I going the wrong way? I'm going the wrong way. The one impression that I always got was that the Forgotten Ones, the elven gods that Fen'Harel sealed in the Abyss, what do you get for the Abyss in Dragon Age besides, like, the Deep Roads? Which is, you know, kind of ascribing a little bit too much physicality to something that was once about as unchanging as the Fade. But to me, like, if you sealed the Forgotten Ones in the Abyss, if we then ascribe the Abyss to a physical place rather than something that was probably not, the Deep Roads are abyssal by its actual English definition. You know? What's sealed in the Deep Roads but the Forgotten Gods, the Tevinter old gods, the dragons that became archdemons, which are confirmed to actually exist. So I'm going to pull up Fen'Harel's codex entry in a second, but we're going to go back to Skyhold first. And while this is getting me back to Skyhold, I am going to run to the bathroom really quick because I've been drinking coffee to try to clear my throat, and that part worked, but it's also, like, coffee. So, BRB. Alright, I have returned. Let me fix my headset on my head. There we go. So, let's pull up Fen'Harel's codex entry, because I'm stuck on this one. Oh god, would that be... Tails, maybe? I think so. Let's find out. Constellations. That's G. So we get Mother of Orlais, but we don't get... Huh. Maybe not. So not Tails. Maybe... History? Yeah, if Dirthamen's in here, I bet Fen'Harel's in here. Yep, okay. So, and I think this was also via Gesharel. Keeper of the Relifarian clan of the Dalish Elves. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna reread this one just to go back to my thing about the Forgotten Ones being the Tevinter old gods who are confirmed to be the archdemons, because this has just been in my head for so long. I'm like, this is gonna be a thing. So, Fen'Harel, the Dread Wolf. There's precious little we know about Fen'Harel, for they say he did not care for our people. Algernon and Mythal created the world as we know it. Andril taught us the ways of the hunter. Silaise and June gave us fire and crafting, but Fen'Harel kept to himself and plotted the betrayal of all the gods. And after the destruction of Arlathan, when the gods could no longer hear our prayers, it is said that Fen'Harel spent centuries in a far corner of the earth, giggling madly and hugging himself in glee. The legends say that before the fall of Arlathan, the gods we know and revere fought an endless war with others of their kind. There is not a Haren among us who remembers these others. Only in dreams do we hear whispered the names of Geldarin and Darenthal and Anaris, for they are the Forgotten Ones, the gods of terror and malice, spite and pestilence. In ancient times, only Fen'Harel could walk without fear among both our gods and the Forgotten Ones, for although he is kin to the gods of the people, the Forgotten Ones knew of his cunning ways and saw him as one of their own. And that is how Fen'Harel tricked them. Our gods saw him as brother, and they trusted him when he said that they must keep to the heavens while he arranged a truce. And the Forgotten Ones trusted him also when he said he would arrange for the defeat of our gods, if only the Forgotten Ones would return to the abyss for a time. They trusted Fen'Harel, and they were all of them betrayed, and Fen'Harel sealed them away so that they could never again walk among the people. And then I think another thing that I should be able to do. The First Blight. No. I want the Old Gods. I can't get that from here. That sucks. Way of the way of the way of the... I might be able to find this on my computer, actually. Because... Because a lot of this stuff... Emperor Florian, Falundine, Champions of the Just, Andraste, Bride of the Maker. Yeah. The whole Priest with Despair thing reminds me of an older Marvel Comics event called Marvel 1602. I love that! I love that one. I have it in hardcover. It's so good. Familiar characters are in England and Europe in 1602, written by Neil Gaiman. You are correct, yes. I super love all of that shit. It's my jam. I wonder if the Old Gods are in here somewhere. They're probably also under the, annoyingly enough. Daughters of Song. The Empty Ones. Nope. Known for worshipping the Blight. Thanks, Navara. Oh, Keepers of Fear. That was the one with the screaming statue from fucking, that was in the Fade, I think, where we were all like, this reminds me of the radioactivity thing. Lost City of Barandur. The Randy Dowager. The Perils of Bard Life. The Stone Tree. The Silver Knight. The Singing Maiden. The Soul Canto. Troubles of a Chantry Scholar. Fuck you, Brother Jenna TV. To be corrupted. Okay. That's unhelpful. I think what you usually get for the Tevinter Old Gods is in the constellations. Like that. Bellatanus, the Maiden's personification, yada yada yada. Originally referred to Urthemiel, the Old God of Beauty. That is a slightly different spelling that I have seen actually for Urthemiel, because that usually ends in an EL, not an AL, but whatever. So Urthemiel, the Old God of Beauty. I think, I am not positive, but I think that was the name of the first archdemon from the first Blight. Constellation, Ferveniel. Commonly referred to as an oak. Prior to the rise of Old God worship and the creation of the Tevinter Imperium, some think it is actually a constellation of the elven people, specifically a depiction of Andril, goddess of the hunt, yada yada yada. Fenrir, called White Wolf in common parlance. This is their explanation for why Fenris is referred to by fucking Denarius as his little wolf. I want to replay Dragon Age 2 just so I can punch Denarius directly in the nose. Constellation Fenrir. Called White Wolf in common parlance, Fenrir has always been considered an oddity among scholars, primarily because wolves have no special place within ancient Tevinter folklore. Gee, I wonder what the connection is. To many, this represents the strongest argument that the Imperium deliberately supplanted older elven constellation names. In the case of Fenrir, an alignment with the elven trickster god Fen'Harel would be logical. Others claim a much older Naromanian tale of a wolf escaping hunters by fleeing into the sky exists, but the legend's veracity has never been proven. So, yet another piece of support for my theory that the Forgotten Ones are the old gods. Draconis, called High Dragon in common parlance, yada yada yada, it's a dragon. Yeah. Oh, excuse me, pardon me. Perhaps depicting a sea creature or an unknown eighth old god that was stricken from historical record. So the one old guy with the staff whose burdensome secret was that he, of a Christian order, knew the ultimate truth that his faith's worldview was, if not wholly wrong, at least not entirely correct, because Thor and the Asgardians existed. Yep. That's the one. Constellation Judex, often called the Sword of Mercy in common parlance. Even though the sword image was assigned to these stars long before Andraste's time, Judex referred to the concept of justice in ancient Tevinter, and the downturned aspect of the sword indicated a guilty verdict, which in those times generally translated to execution. Obviously, with its modern meaning and use as a symbol by the Templar Order, the old interpretation is frowned upon in scholarly circles. That's not helpful. Oh, no! There we go. Chaos. Referred to as chaos in common parlance. Yada yada. Not a thing. Paraquialis. Alrighty. Referred to as Voyager in common parlance. Generally depicted as a ship. The primitive vessel sailed by ancient peoples such as the Naromanians. Satinalis. Referred to as either Satina, after the moon, or as Saturnalia, after the holiday, in common parlance. Always been depicted by the celebrant, a seated man playing a lyre. Blah, blah, blah. Servani, the chained man in common parlance. Blah, 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 blah. The juggernauts. Silentir. This is one of the ones that kind of gives you more than others just because of the context of Inquisition. Referred to as silence in the common parlance, the constellation Silentir is historically attributed to Dumat, the old god of silence and leader of the ancient Tevinter pantheon. Remember Corypheus's obsession with Dumat, the old god of silence, and the fact that we've been to the shrine of Dumat, who is an archdemon / old god that we know about? Yeah, that one. Blah, blah, blah. The depiction of the constellation, however, is often debated. Some depict a dragon in flight, while others, also the most common modern depiction, show a man carrying a horn and a wand. Some scholars believe these represented scales, which would point to this constellation being a supplantation of the elven mythal, but nothing indicates this to be more than speculation. What are the two things that you deal with in Dragon Age Inquisition the most for lore? You deal with the Temple of Mythal, and you deal with the Shrine of Dumat. Everything else is just kind of backstory, but those are the two most important ones. Kitty, it's okay. It was a truck. You're okay. Relax. Constellation Thoth. The only constellation to maintain its ancient name in the present day, directly corresponds to the Tevinter old god known as Thoth, the Dragon of Fire. Varies, usually represented either as a man of flame in agony, presumably a victim of the old god, or as a flaming orb. Blah, blah, blah. Scholars in the Divine Age attempted to officially change the nomenclature to Ignifir. This is why some old texts record it as such, but the attempt never caught on, even after the eradication of old god worship in the Imperium. And then Tenebrium, called Shadow in the common parlance, likely due to the ancient association of the constellation Tenebrium with Lusakan, the old god of darkness and the night. has always been an owl and not a dragon, even in the Tevinter texts, lends credence to the widely held belief that Tenebrium was a name meant to supplant an older elven association, perhaps with the elven god Falundine, sometimes represented in tales as a giant owl. There is, of course, another explanation. Owls are nocturnal hunters, and among earlier peoples were considered terrifying omens of loss. So that's the info that you get on old gods. That's basically, that's it. That's the story. I got my reasons. I have opinions. I gotta strip all these. Ooh, definitely better than what Cassandra has. I like my big giant beat you with the shield, so I'm gonna keep that one, and I can give Cassandra Dirthamen's wisdom. Though I do really like the look of the Seeker shield. She's gonna get Dirthamen's wisdom anyway. And I guess we can sell that. I still want to do, like, gold grinding so that I can actually get more of the items at the Black Emporium, because you get some stuff. You get some very interesting stuff at the Black Emporium, or you can, anyway. It's a lot. You can Sigil of the Bronto. Double max guard, minus 100% max barrier. Oh! Oh, she already has that. Never mind. That makes sense. What did I give to Tali? Great Bear. Double max mana stamina minus 50% mana stamina regeneration. That's right. That's right. So, all of my warriors that I actually use have sigils, which are fun. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Leliana's ready to report in. Great. Maybe I can figure out something else for her to do. Because my other advisors are very busy for a while. And then I'm gonna run around and talk to people, because I just realized I forgot to talk to Vivienne. I was gonna do that, and then I was like, nah, I'm going to the fucking Lost Temple of Dirthamen. I'll talk to Vivienne later. So I'm gonna do that once I send Leliana off to do more stuff. Yay! Forging our way forward. Blah, 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 blah. I don't care. Alliances, reaching ever upward. I think... Oh, God. Oh, no. Alright. Oh, okay. Ambassador Montillier, we have never met, but I believe you have, through discreet means, saved me from a most disagreeable connection. As I dislike being indebted to anyone, I shall endeavor to repay you with a news item of some interest. Were you aware that the Grand Duchess of Leeds recently paid a visit to Lake Celestine? Indeed, she stayed an entire fortnight as a guest of Duke Alvin Blanchard of Valmontaigne. In light of her other connections, and the curious amount of coin which spread across the region in the aftermath, you may wish to pay him a call. Sincerely, Duke Valère Fontaine. Send our agents in. We can expose his connection to Florian for all the world to see.
Feel free to use those requests
Versus, if Duke Blanchard was conspiring with Florian, the Imperial Court would like to know.
I'm not bait.
You are definitely bait, Cullen. I love Leliana's response to him. Hush, just look pretty. I love her. So, I could send Josephine, which sounds about right, not gonna lie. But I suspect that sending Leliana is going to be at least as effective. Because, like, Josephine is just like, we should tell the Imperial Court. Leliana's like, we should tell fucking everyone. So we're gonna do that.
What we have.
Poor Cullen. I know! I love Cullen. He's like, I don't wanna be pretty. What do you mean? No. Alright. So we're gonna run around and talk to people, because it's been a little while since I've done that. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna start with Josephine.
Inquisitor, I must speak with you.
Okay.
I must explain something first about the Montiliers' fortunes.
Oh,
The
yeah.
family made their fortune as traders in Antiva until a scandal exiled us from Orlais some ages ago. It's devastated our finances.
I'm so sorry.
The Montiliers have, in fact, been in debt for over 100 years.
That sucks. You don't seem particularly poverty-stricken.
I had no idea your family's situation was so precarious.
But I'm not going to say
Hardly
that.
anyone outside the family does.
I mean,
For
well done.
generations, we've done everything to keep creditors at bay. Sold our lands to stave off interest. It's just... It is infuriating to see my family still reduced to this. I'm to become head of our house. If I sell any more of our land,
She sachets a
my family will
lot.
become destitute. That cannot be my legacy to them.
But you're not actually poor. I mean, this is like a super shitty thing to say, but Tali's probably... No, you know what? Tali is probably more with it than that. She came from fucking Orzammar. This is my out of game backstory that I can't actually apply in game. Tali came from Orzammar. She was in the fucking mining caste as an overseer in the mines. So that part was you remain within your caste and you rise to the top, however that is a thing that you can do, because I'm sure that is also rigidly divided. And then she went, wow, alright, fuck this. And now she's casteless because she's on the surface, so...
Is there anything I can do?
She's
almost
probably
solved our
exactly the
problem.
opposite of that question.
For a while.
She's like, I understand this
Negotiated a chance to
almost
reinstate the
personally.
Montiliers as landed traders in Orlais. We could rebuild with that. But when I dispatched paperwork to Val Royeaux, I've just learned my carriers were murdered.
Oh yeah!
And the documents restoring my family's trading status destroyed.
Oh, damn. Alright. Who would do that?
Who hates the Montiliers enough to do that?
Leliana made inquiries that bore success. Comte Boisvert, a nobleman in Val Royeaux, claims to know who killed my messengers.
Cool.
He has
Let's go
requests
talk to Comte
that
Boisvert.
you come when I meet him, so he's seen publicly conferring with you.
What'll that get him?
What will being seen with me gain the Comte?
The Comte will drop hints at parties he's to meet with an important visitor. Allies and rivals will take note. Once he's met you, there will be speculation. The Comte will subtly spin reports to his advantage. He will use us. But if he knows who killed my people, I ask that we indulge him.
Sounds harmless enough. Let's go.
If that's what it takes to get to the bottom of this, I'll meet this Comte with you.
Thank you, Inquisitor. It means you are too kind.
Nah,
I must know who
just kind
killed
enough.
my couriers, just to harm my family.
Let's keep Josephine safe, shall we? So, the next thing that we can do with her, I think, is just to literally just go to Val Royeaux.
I was hoping you'd be by. We've received letters
Oh,
from
yes,
Archon
and then
Redax
more of this
and
shit that
King
gets
Marcus
resolved,
For both
either in this
monarchs
conversation
come
or on
to
the war
us
table,
nearly unheard of.
which I've forgotten. Of course, we're famous.
More proof the Inquisition's fame has spread.
Fame is one thing. Asking for help is another. Archon Redanus requests that the Inquisition...
Yada 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 yada.
Destroy a Venator...
Get rid of the Venatori, which sounds fair.
King Marcus asks the same, but demands we pledge allegiance to Nevara instead of Tevinter.
Get rid of the Venatori, but for us instead.
What course of action would you take if you were in
Why?
my place?
Strained as their relationship with Orlais is, I would assist the Imperium. Their friendship is difficult to win, and Marcus is a fading power. Tevinter is the longer, richer game.
Fair enough. What's this
What
king
sort
like?
of man is the king of Navarra?
At this point, elderly. Many fear his health will soon fail him. Still, he is a Pentagast. Their dynasty is exceptionally strong in Navarra.
I love this part. We can be like, is Cassandra gonna be mad if we don't do this?
As a Pentagast, will Cassandra be upset if we don't help her relatives?
Josephine's answer.
With all respect to Sikar Pentagast, her interest in politics is best described as thin.
I love that so much.
Why is the ruler of Tevinter turning on the Venatori?
Because he has a
He
brain?
has little reason to love them.
Ooh, burn. I don't even really think it's a burn. She's just being like, Cassandra doesn't give a shit about politics, so I don't think this is gonna bother her either way.
Tell me about Radanas.
Like most Tevinter rulers, he's heir to an ancient bloodline, politically shrewd, and a highly skilled mage. Rumor also claims he has an incredibly soft spot for cats.
He likes cats. This is relevant. But you suggested we aid Tevinter, so we aid Tevinter.
Tell the Archon the Inquisition will do Tevinter the favor of wiping out the Venatori on its borders.
Very good, Inquisitor. We'll inform him at once.
Thank you, Josephine. Do you have anything else? Nothing! Goodbye.
Let's speak later.
Farewell.
Okay. I'm gonna make sure that there's nothing that I have to talk to Varric about. I don't think there is.
If you've got
I
questions,
recall his yellow
I'm your
cat.
dwarf.
I don't believe we taught her that. Are you singing like Boy Scout songs at me, or your chorus warm-ups again? Yeah, I don't really have anything that I have to talk to Varric
Carry
about.
on.
We'll do this another time. We could talk to Solus real quick. Once again, I don't think that there's anything I have to talk to him about, but he's standing still though, so there might be. Oh, in Anastasia. Okay, I've seen that like maybe twice. That's the only Don Bluth film I really grew up with was Fievel. Fievel Goes West, maybe? No, the prequel, whichever one that was.
Inquisitor, I was...
Oh yeah.
Do you have a moment?
Solus, why did you take me up to my quarters? What's this
What
about?
were you like? Before the anchor? Has
The
it
same.
affected you? Changed you in any way?
Anastasia's a fun movie, completely
Your morals,
ahistorical.
your
I've heard that.
spirit?
Would I know?
If it had, do you really think I'd have noticed?
No. That's an excellent point.
Why do you ask?
You show a wisdom I have not seen since...
American Tail. American Tail!
since my
That's the
deepest
one!
journeys
Thank
into
you.
Ancient memories of the Fade. You are not what I expected.
I think I saw Fievel Goes West, and that's why it's in my head, and also because I remember that the mouse's name is Fievel. But I don't... like, American Tail, for some reason, that title just does not stick in my head, but whatever. You are not what I expected. You make that sound bad.
Sorry to disappoint.
It's not disappointing, it's... Most people are predictable.
Yeah.
Dwarves are practical. They do not dream. They cannot even imagine a world beyond the physical.
All the
But
more
you
reason
have
not to
shown a
fight with it.
certainty in your actions. A wisdom that goes against everything I know of your people.
That's racist! What about our friends?
I'm just one part of this team, Solus. What about Cassandra or Liliana?
Cassandra separates matters of faith from those of the world. And she above all should understand how limited that is.
Ooh.
Liliana has a brilliant mind, but her faith was damaged. To her, it is all a game of tactics now.
Oh, I don't think I've heard
But
this
not
before.
you.
So what does this mean, Solus?
Oh, that was great!
It means that I respect you deeply, Inquisitor. And I have disturbed you enough for one evening.
that is a slightly different conversation from the one that you get as an elf, which I've heard 5 fucking times now. Um, but that was a good one. That was what about Cassandra or Leliana? And he just describes them exactly the way that I see them, which is awesome. And I love that they took the sneaky chance to be like, you can't always separate faith from reality. For Solus to say that is very telling. That was fucking sneaky. Even if you're not implying, but I mean, it's also an interesting concept, because even if you're not implying that, all the myths were true,
My friend.
which, Dragon Age, you can say that. I haven't had this conversation as an elf. Hang on. I mean, a non-elf.
Hearing your opinions on elven culture.
Perhaps you could ask Sarah. She has opinions.
Opinions. I respect her opinions, but I also respect yours, and I don't know what to do here.
Sarah is part of our team. You don't need to be snide about her.
Sola slightly disapproves.
On some level I do. She takes it better than she would take my pity or my envy.
That's
She has
fair.
a purity of purpose that I lack. I have observed too much and done too little.
Oh, the self-hatred. Oh, Solus, bro. I'm gonna do all of these.
I'd like to know more about the elves from before our time.
The Dalish strive to remember Hallam Shiral. But Hallam Shiral was merely a fumbling attempt to recreate a forgotten land.
Arlathan.
This is what I wanted.
The Empire, and Arlathan its greatest city. Place of magic and beauty, lost to time.
This is relevant to what I was talking about with how the elven gods were sundered from the elven people. This is relevant to what I was saying earlier. I'm so glad I'm having this conversation. Let's go. Let's talk about Arlathan. Nope. Keep talking.
You've studied ancient elves. What else do you know of Arlathan?
We hear stories of them living in trees, and imagine wooden ramps or Dalish aerovels. Imagine instead spires of crystal twining through the branches, palaces floating among the clouds. Imagine beings who lived forever, for whom magic was as natural as breathing. That is what was lost.
This is like the way Solus describes Arlathan and the way he describes Elvenon is just so beautiful. I love this fucking writing. Basically, in Anastasia, the amnesiac horseman Anna is trained by 2 conmen to impersonate the last princess. The song is them training her to act highborn and drilling her about Romanov extended family, stuff she has to know to appear genuine, and comes up with the fact they didn't tell her, hinting the truth the audience already guessed, that Anna really is Anastasia. Yeah, I knew that. Because I have seen it, just only once or twice. And I have a friend that is completely obsessed with that movie. Well, that's not fair, but it's probably her favorite animated film, which is fair, because it's decent, and it's got, random musical numbers. What's not to like? Sorry. Hi, Varric.
I'd like to know more about the Dalish elves.
It is a mistake to think of the Dalish as a single group. They have lived as separate clans for centuries now. As a consequence, each clan has learned, interpreted, and forgotten different parts of elven history. Some
Which is interesting, because we
flee the alienages. Others attack humans on sight.
we get all of our codex entries on the elven gods from the one guy from the one clan, and I've always kind of wondered why. The movie has some songs that will get stuck in your head, but they're good songs, so it's okay. Yeah.
What can you tell me about elves living in human cities?
The culture in alienages or among the slaves of Tevinter is like any of the impoverished and powerless. They cling to memories of a better past and practice a few rituals to distinguish themselves from humans.
That's fair. And then there's his expertise. I also want you to notice that I got one slight disapproval and one slight approval, so now I'm back at probably max. Solus likes my Inquisitors a lot.
Magic used by humans.
No and yes. Magic is magic, just as water is water, but it can be used in different ways. Dalish magic is more practical, not needing chantry approval, although they still frown on blood magic. Superstition. Much of it is more subtle. A legacy from when elves were immortal.
Cool. Was immortality due to magic?
The legends of elven immortality. Did they use magic to increase their lifespan?
Kinda.
No. It was simply part of being elven. The subtle beauty of their magic was the effect, not the cause of their nature. Some spells took years to cast. Echoes would linger for centuries, harmonizing with new magic in an unending symphony.
Here we go again with the magic and music bullshit that just distracts me endlessly. That line has inspired many a stupid meta thing that I haven't finished. And also a fanfiction that I haven't finished. Or haven't written, I should say.
You said that the censure against
I'm good at
blood
coming
magic
up with
was a
ideas and
superstition.
not writing them.
I did. It's fortunate Cassandra is not within earshot.
I love
Most
his
modern
opinion
cultures
on
forbid
blood magic,
magic.
too.
Publicly, even Devinter disapproves of it. But as I said, magic is magic. It matters only in how it is used.
So, here's the problem. They give you the black and white. Blood magic is evil. I don't mind blood magic. Tali's a fucking dwarf. She doesn't know. But the way I look at blood magic and the way my Inquisitors, therefore, look at blood magic is basically like you end up like, it's one thing if you're going, okay, I have blood. I can make this a stronger spell without, harming anyone. I'm just gonna, prick my finger or whatever and make it a little bit stronger. Or there's people that go, I'm gonna fucking murder someone to cast this spell, and I don't care. Like, no. So, like, the way my Inquisitors look at it is generally more like, I don't mind it, it's a thing. The challenge was I did that with my first Warden,
To be honest, I don't see
in
it as
Origins.
different from any other magic. It's a means
It,
to
Indeed. The problem is that under the chantry,
It didn't
blood
go
magic is
well.
forbidden, so only criminals practice it. While in Tevinter, magisters compete with each other instead of keeping their volatile friends in check.
Yeah,
They always succeed through power, so they have never had the chance to learn another way.
that is fair. I love Solus's opinions. Like,
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
the challenge with Solus for me is going like, okay, you're clearly trying to, do some shit. And we're not gonna let the shit happen, but also I don't disagree with your reasoning. It's just you took it to the extreme and you're kind of nuts. That's the problem with Solus for me.
Inquisitor's work is never done, I see.
God damn it, I can't even talk to Dorian.
I should go.
Try not to kill anyone without me.
I suppose. Ugh, okay. We're gonna go talk to Vivienne, I guess. Where's that door? Is it... Where's the door? Is it that door? I think it's that door. It is in fact that door. Hey Vivienne! I caught you the heart of a snowy wyvern.
What can I do for you, my dear? Is
Must
it
go to
too
work now.
much to
Have a
hope
good day at work,
for
Alien.
the
I'm pretty much
snowy
almost done
wyvern?
here, so... I brought the heart.
I've brought you the heart as requested.
Inquisitor, you are a treasure. Please accept this as your payment. I must begin work immediately.
You got
have
it.
been a dear friend, and I would like you to come with me.
Yay! And then we're gonna go to Val Royeaux. And try to solve poor Josephine's problem. Because it's fun.
This should only take a moment, Inquisitor.
You sound so... unenthused. Like, at this point, I'm like, she knows this isn't gonna work.
I'm here, my darling.
It's still kind of sad. I hate sorry, not Josephine. I love Josephine. I hate Vivienne because she's a bitch. And like I said, it bothers me that they made black character racist with elves and dwarves and Kunari, but
Yes, darling.
this is
going to be alright, my love.
this is still like the most emotion you ever see her show.
My darling? Bastien?
Vivian, I'm sorry.
There's nothing here now.
I mean, you know, there's a corpse, but that's not helpful. So, yeah, that just happened. So, let's go to Valroyo, because that's going to be a little less, depressing. Next. No, you know what? Now that I'm down here, I might as well see if, Cassandra and Bull have anything to say. Oh, that's Sir. I don't need to talk to him. Oh, Cassandra's just standing. I bet I'm gonna get some friendship stuff. Fuck yeah, I am.
Troop movements now.
I'm trying to imagine what it will look like when we're done. All of this once belonged to the Tevinter Imperium. Andraste changed that, as did the Blights. As for what will come next, I cannot guess the Maker's plan.
You can't guess? We make things better.
We make the world a better place.
Because everyone agrees on what better means.
Absolutely not, but you gotta try.
I want a world where people trust the Chantry and that trust is respected. I want to respect tradition, but not fear change. I want to right past wrongs, but not avenge them. And I have no idea if my wanting these things makes any of them right.
I love that exchange, because Cassandra's like, this is what I want. And it all sounds like reasonable and good things. And then she's like, I also have no idea if that's good. Those are admirable goals.
Even if they're not right, they're certainly admirable.
Some would disagree. They would call it heresy.
Well,
That
they
didn't
can fuck
sound
off.
like the ravings of a heretic, Cassandra.
Perhaps not. But it takes precious little effort to paint even an act of compassion as damaging.
Fact. Ooh, I get to lean up in a window.
What guides you?
And
You
be
make
tall.
decisions that shake the world, yet always seem so assured. I wish I had your confidence.
Wait, really?
You almost sound like you admire me.
I absolutely do.
Aww.
I may not always agree with your decisions, but how many could do what you have done?
Thanks,
You were
Cassandra.
a prisoner, accused and reviled, yet you've emerged from every trial victorious.
Because I'm
Maker's
fantastic.
grace does not make you immortal. You live or die by your own hand. That is worthy of admiration.
Awesome. I love your three options here. I obey my conscience. I do what's right. I make it up as I go. Which is usually that's the one that I go with, and then I do what must be done. Which I haven't chosen very frequently, but it sounds a lot more like Tali.
I do what must be done. What other choice is there?
The demands of the moment.
Basically.
Exactly.
Oh no, okay, I don't get to be tall.
Think of it. Like Andraste long ago, once again the fate of Thedas will be determined by a woman.
Hell yeah.
It makes me proud to know you.
Aww. Just because I'm a woman? No. What cracks me up is that they're trying so hard to get the same angle that they like overshot, and you can only see half of Tali's face here.
I hope we can call each other friends.
I hope so too. We still have a long road to travel, Inquisitor. Wherever it takes us, I'm glad you're here.
Yay. We're friends. Is this one of those things that's going to drop me? No, okay, it drops me exactly where I should have been. Okay, and she's going back to her training, so I'm sure that that means that there's not an awful lot else that I can talk to her about at the moment that is particularly pressing, anyway. Krem doesn't have anything new because I still haven't gotten all of the correct folks back to Skyhold. But Bull. Oh yeah! I never did this.
See me?
Ow. I love that he just pulls an axe out of nowhere. I love this too.
Yeah, my soul's dust. Yours is scattered all over the ground, though, so...
That's one of my favorite lines.
I thought I might need backup. Guess I'm not even worth sending.
At least one of his. It's my favorite one of his lines, because it's just... Yeah, my soul's dust. Yours is scattered all over the ground, though, so... I don't think it's a soul that's scattered all over the ground, but okay.
You knew the assassins were coming?
Little change in the guard rotation tipped me off.
Fair.
Why didn't you tell me ahead of time?
You go through years of Ben Hasrath training to hide facial expressions when I wasn't looking?
No.
See? Like that. If I'd warned you with the guards, the assassins would have been tipped off.
Fair.
Are you all right?
Fine. Hurt myself worse than this fooling around in bed.
I believe it. I love this because this is another, like, I love most of the writing in this game. These writers are just wonderful, but also...
What if they used poison?
Oh, they definitely
use poison.
Sarcomec, liquid form. If I hadn't been dosing myself with the antidote, I'd be going crazy and puking my guts up right now.
Oh, sounds like me this weekend.
As it is, it stings like shit, but that's about it.
Migraine, for the record. They didn't have to do this.
I hoped the Ben Hasrath would let you go.
They did. Sending two guys with blades against me? That's not a hit. That's a formality. Just making it clear that I'm Talvashoth. Talva fucking Shoth.
I don't want to flirt with Bull. Or I would do that one, because it doesn't fucking matter, but also... it matters to him, so obviously, you know. But this is surprisingly nasty when it comes out. I remember being really surprised by that, because you just go, are you gonna be okay? And then Bull's just like, I'll be fucking fine.
Tell Cullen and Leliana what happened. We'll tighten security.
Will do, boss. Boss, whatever I miss, whatever I regret, this is where I want to be.
Good to hear.
Whenever you need an ass kicked, the Iron Bull is with you.
Fuck yeah. Let's go fight a dragon at some point, because you need a hug. But you probably don't do hugs. Colin? Oh, is he fucking praying? I don't want to interrupt that. Oh, no. Alright. He's just fucking around with books. Never mind.
I'd be perfectly happy never again setting foot in the Winter Palace.
Fair.
It wasn't the gossip and backstabbing. I know what the game entails. But the indifference to it all.
Oh, that's... Tali is a very different Inquisitor than most of the ones that I've played thus far. Tali isn't one of the ones that's going, I hate this politics shit. She's the one that's going, I will do this because I have to, because I understand it. She's not like Leliana, who's like, yeah, I'm gonna play the game and it's gonna be fun, but like, she gets it.
Showing interest reveals weakness. Something nobles are quick to exploit.
No doubt you're right. The Chantry can be the same.
Oof.
Their politics are less extravagant, but just as heated. The Empress rules a country. The Divine influences half a continent.
Oh, honey. I'm gonna have like actual conversations with him later.
Should you require anything, I'll be here.
Okay, cool. Is there anybody else? Cole. I could talk to Cole. I haven't talked to Cole in a while. Cole and Sarah.
At your order.
Yeah, cool. So we're gonna talk to Cole. I think I've actually gotten everything with Cole, but I'm gonna check.
He didn't kill his father. He was his father.
I'll talk to you later.
Yes.
That's one of those times when I'm like, alright, is that a pop culture reference, or did I miss some part of the game somewhere? Because either of those is possible. Oh, I know what comes next. Haha! Her door is never closed except for this.
For Gaspar, Briala, the Duchess, and Corypheus. Right in the dangle bag.
Okay, hi.
Well, remind me to stay on your good side.
Don't worry, you're sparkling compared to that lot.
Fair.
A cook here, a footman there. What's it matter, right, so long as there's a book for the throne? A pretty one, sure. But how many lives are worth one empress's arse? Ugh, that place. Should have just thrown in some bees and slammed the doors.
I don't know. You want to stop a party? I think you go earwigs.
I hate those things with their little pinchy butts.
Their little
Josephine
pinchy
should add
butts.
that to her paper threats. You
God.
know the real lesson from all this? Never sleep with an empress. That and Briala being an idiot. The whole
Never
thing
sleep
would
with
have
an
gone different
empress,
if that
says the
piss
one
up
that
wasn't in
if
the
you
middle.
play a lesbian will sleep with the Inquisitor, which is arguably more powerful than an empress because you're influencing half a continent, to quote Colin about 5 seconds ago about the Divine. But it's also true of the Inquisitor, so...
That was a mistake on their part. It made everything worse.
Wrong way around, Inquisitor. It started worse. Lots of people died before there was a hole in the sky.
Fair enough.
That's who you're saving. If you get a chance, maybe remind them not to be idiots.
One of the things that I really like about Sarah is that if you're not sure what to say, just take the wise-ass option. And the wise-ass option is seldom the wrong thing.
Hey you have time? It's not a question, let's go.
Okay.
I've got something I want to do for you. Just come. You won't need your gear and stuff.
Alright. I don't want to flirt.
Sarah, explain.
Please.
Just come on, will you? I haven't wanted to do this with anyone for a long time.
I haven't flirted with you, so I know that you're not taking me on a date.
We're eating on a roof.
They're horrible, right? And raisins. Ugh. I friggin' still hate cookies.
Then, why?
Why am I sitting on a roof eating awful baked goods?
I got caught stealing when I was little, yeah? You get alienage or worse for that, but the Lady Emerald took me in. She was sick and couldn't have children. I had no parents. It worked out. Anyway, she gets a year sicker, so I ask her about cookies. Because mums make cookies. I can pass that down or something. Turns out, she couldn't cook. She missed that talk with her mom. The one she made, she bought and pretended. Ah, right. Well, no, she was a bitch. She hid buying them
Poor
by
Sarah.
keeping me away from the baker. She did that by lying that he didn't like me, didn't like elves. She let me hate so she could protect her pride. I hated him so much, and I hated... Well, she died. And I hate pride. Pride cookies.
She's
But
so
this
young.
Inquisition thing is working out. So I figured I could make some... Inquisition cookies? Because then I could like them again. Oh, it's stupid.
It's definitely not stupid. I hate this because that implies that what you're like. I'm going to ask because I like the extra story that you get, but I hate the way that's phrased there because that implies to me that you're going, well, you hate her for only one reason. When has Sarah ever given you the whole story? Why assume that this is the whole story?
I don't understand. This Lady Emerald was just trying to be good to you.
She hurt people.
It was just cookies.
It was not just cookies. Lie to herself, fair play, only hurts her. But she made me think there was something wrong with me. And the baker?
Poor thing.
I made his life shit. Why not? It seemed like he deserved it. I mean, if you don't give a child a cookie because of appearances, you're a monster. Stupid pride or noble. I know I said
Fair.
it's stupid. That's why I want to get rid of it. I want to make better cookies.
Then let's make better cookies. I like you, but not cookies. I think that's a great idea. Make better cookies.
You know what? That would be great.
See, I knew. Wait, really? Because it seemed friggin' daft every step to me.
I
Suppose
love
it's not really about
the
them.
way they wrote
I hate
her.
learning lessons. Makes my stomach hurt.
I mean, the
Anyway,
cookies probably
I'll throw
didn't
this
help.
rubbish away. Next time will be better, yeah?
Hell yeah. I love the way they wrote Sarah because
Can we get
like
off the roof now?
Oh, yes, please. Smells
she
like birds
she
and
gets
tank. This part,
a
not
lot
good
of
idea.
the answers
Thanks,
right
yeah. Feels good,
through
this.
just kind of slightly weird channels, which I relate to so hard. Like, I'll come up with the right answer. Don't ask me to show my work. You know, shit like that. Like, she does get sensible answers out of things, and a lot of the time she does end up with, like I said, the pride cookies thing. That I love that they put that in there, because that's like, that does make perfect sense. Fight me. If something sucks, make it not suck. Let's go to Valrayo and get this shit over with. I don't think it actually matters who you take with you, because you don't still have them by the time you get there. So we're just gonna go. It's just Valrayo. It's not like I'm gonna get murdered in the street. Oh. Colin is one of the only one that gets his own codex entry written by himself. That's interesting. I was not aware of that. Colin, you should keep a diary. It might help you feel better about all of the shit that your life has been. Talk to Varric. Maybe he'll write you a memoir. Okay. So I gotta go this away.
Swine and work. Don't need attention while already.
You were certain of these rumors. A mage.
Is that just Meriden on my map again? It is. Okay.
If true, it could bring them back to the Chantry. Make them feel less imprisoned.
That is not the Chantry I was promised.
Alright. Let's go talk to Josephine. Hi, Josephine. That shop, I paused there because that shop through that door is the place where you get the golden nug.
Do you know where this noble wanted to meet us?
I do. The Comte Boisvert invited us to his mansion, not far from here.
Let's
I
go.
pray he clears up the deaths of my messengers, as promised.
That is why I'm here. And then, like I said, this is just a giant cutscene anyway, so it doesn't actually matter if you bring anyone, they won't be with you. Coffee. Oh, stretchy kitty.
Welcome, my friend.
Hi.
Thank you for seeing us, Comte Boisvert.
The honor is mine. Please, sit.
Is it now?
It's an honor to assist two such distinguished guests.
Why, thank you.
We appreciate your help, Comte.
The death of Lady Montily's servants must weigh heavily on Have you heard of the House of Repose?
The Assassin's League?
My contacts obtained a copy
So
of the
Josephine
documents
has.
in their archives. Contract for life.
The House of Repose is hereby sworn to eliminate anyone attempting to overturn the Montiliers' trading exile in Orlais.
That's pretty open-ended. You could be in danger. Who signed that? Tali's awfully protective.
Who's sending these assassins?
The contract was signed by a noble family. The Du Paraquets.
But the Du Paraquets died out as a noble line over 60 years ago.
Indeed.
That's the
But the contract
problem.
was signed 109 years ago.
This is the most ridiculous noble thing ever.
After they died out.
The Du Paraquets were our rivals. They drove the Montiliers from Val Royal. This contract was drawn up over 100 years ago, but it wasn't invoked until I tried to overturn my family's exile.
Unpleasant though it may be, the House of Repose is merely fulfilling its contractual duties.
But why?
If the people who wanted your family dead are gone, why are the assassins still after you?
A contract is a contract, Inquisitor. Orlesian businesses live and die by their reputations.
Fair enough, honestly.
The entire guild's welfare would be endangered if an agreement was tossed aside on a whim of time or fate.
She's quite right, Your Worship. The House of Repose is doing what it feels necessary, by its standards.
Oh, really?
I assume you have a thought or two on this, Josephine?
The Du Paraquets still have descendants under the common branch. If we elevate them to nobility, a Du Paraquet could annul the contract on my life.
That will take time, Lady Montilier. Time during which the House of Repose will be obliged to hunt you.
Really?
Will they now? You are exceedingly
She's
well
so smart.
informed. You're not too said you'd heard rumors, at best.
A bit of subterfuge. This contract on your life is an ugly business. One the House of Repose deeply regrets.
Mm-hmm.
But this is Orlais. Even an assassin's word is his bond.
Does Comte Boisvert actually exist?
He does.
Absolutely.
Which is hilarious.
The Comte's offer to reveal the killers of Lady Montilier's messengers was genuine. So was his information somehow. An end to be tied up later.
Please don't. I knew this was too convenient.
I thought you were remarkably well informed about a secret assassins guild.
We are hardly secret, my dear Inquisitor, just normally much more reclusive. The contract on Lady Montilier's life is so unusual.
The House of
Fair,
Repose is
fair
not
to
exactly
serve
the
an
Antietam
explanation
Crows.
was in order.
It is appreciated, monsieur.
Your idea to seek out the Du Paraquet to revoke our orders is an interesting one. I wish you luck. I did not come to shed blood today, Inquisitor. Only to speak. Might I pass?
Why?
Why warn us about your contract and let us go?
In Orlais, it is only decent to inform those involved in a contract when extraordinary circumstances conspire.
And the guild's reputation would suffer if you ignored the contract. I quite understand.
Thank you, Ellie. May we conclude with my departure?
So... I don't actually... Like, I remember what comes next. I don't actually know if it makes a difference. Choosing to kill him results in combat with 3 assassins, some experience, and a minor drop. So I'm not going to bother with that, honestly, because I feel like there's one difference that this could possibly make, and it doesn't come up in Inquisition. It would probably come up later. So I can make Tali seem like a fucking warlord, or I can be like, yeah, fine, I guess you helped, you can go. Which is what I've done before.
Go then.
Good day, Your Worship. My lady,
You get to live today.
I pray we never meet again.
Yeah, you better pray we never meet again after that.
Well, I didn't think our meeting would end like this.
We'll deal with these assassins.
But then...
I have some thoughts. Let's discuss them back at Skyhold. I'll feel safer with the castle's walls around me.
Do you hear something?
Oh, goodness. Comte Poivert, is that you? Oh, the lock's been broken off. We'll find a saw. I realize the cabinet is quite valuable, Comte, but surely... A...
Protesting muffled yelling.
Smith, then?
Affirmative muffled yelling.
As you wish.
Pleased muffled yelling. Okay. So, with that, we go back to Skyhold. I'm gonna make sure that this conversation happens, and then I think I'm gonna call it for today, because past that, we're getting into stuff that's gonna take time that I do not have. So, somewhat shorter stream today, but I think we've got a conversation with Leliana and Josephine to have first. Because Leliana is very upset about her friend, and very protective. Oh, no, not immediately. Return to Skyhold and speak with Josephine. So, yeah. We're going to end up going and talking to her anyway, so I might as well get this out of the way so that by the time the War Table missions end, I can just make my decision. And I have two choices from here, which are neatly summarized in this next conversation.
What? I'm so sorry, Inquisitor. I never thought my family's trading status would trap us in an assassin's plot.
You had no idea. It's okay.
You couldn't have known it would lead to this House of Repose coming after you.
It still shouldn't have slipped past me. I've tracked down the last Du Paraquets. If they become gentry, they can annul the contract on my life. We'll require a noble from Val Royeaux to sponsor them, a judge to provide documents, a minister to ratify them.
It's so like you to take the longest course of action, even when your life is at stake.
I assume you already know everything about this mess.
I assume you already know.
The original contract on your life is in the vaults of the House of Repose. If my agents infiltrate it and destroy the original, the assassin will have no obligation to chase you.
Leliana, please. I want no more bloodshed over a personal affair.
Don't be so stubborn, Josie. How long will it take you to gather these favors in Val Royeaux?
Let me consider it.
Give me some time to think this over.
I'll post a watch on our ambassador in case the House of Repose visits.
Good call.
I appreciate it, but I still believe elevating the Du Paraquets will solve this. First, we need to perform some favors in Val Royeaux. I'd be happy to discuss where we could begin.
Cool. Okay. So, basically, and I will bounce into the journal for this. Optional. Dispatch Leliana's assassins. Speak with Josephine about the next move. Right. I have to actually talk to her about this. So basically all you do here... Let's chat. Not yet. How do peasants become nobles?
How exactly does one turn farmers into members of the upper classes?
There are procedures
Oh, sweet.
for granting
Colin's
honored
done.
citizens of the Empire the title of Lord or Lady. Very long procedures. And so much paperwork. I've called in a substantial number of favors just to cut through half of it.
Fair.
Why did the Du Paraquets hate the Montiliers so much they set up a permanent assassination watch?
A Montilier and a Du Paraquet fell in love.
The
The
worst.
young couple, pledged elsewhere, attempted to elope. The whole thing ended so violently, it's a wonder any survived. It's fortunate the Du Paraquets' descendants hold no grudges.
How do you know?
What if the Du Paraquets refuse to aid you?
I've already contacted the Du Paraquets, Inquisitor. They're ready to help us. It will be a long road, but a lordship is a chance to restore a proud lineage to their heirs. Besides, I've promised them a heavy bag of coin once this is over.
So at that point, you gotta be like, okay, so they're gonna help.
Are you sure the House of Repose will forget this assassin contract on a farmer's signature?
It's perfectly legal. In Val Royeaux's noble circles, a written word is a bond.
but they can't annul it now because currently they are literally just farmers, so they can't annul a noble's contract. They have to become a noble to annul the contract. And it has to be someone in the same family, of course.
Breaking one's public oath or bond implies a certain poverty in Orlais. A common merchant may lack the resources or manners to fulfill a debt, but among the guilds, it would be shameful.
Alright, now what?
You said I'd have to do some favors in Val-Royeaux if we want to make the Duparakets lords.
The Countess Dion is our first step. Her lover, a mage from the White Spire, is missing. Bring her news of him and she'll be very amenable to sponsoring the Duparakets as lords.
The nice thing is, basically nothing that... Like, Cullen has a bunch of shit that I need him to do on the war table, so luckily none of this is going to actually involve him. So let's go over here and talk to him about the Tevinter resistance. I love this. It seems Dorian was correct. Not only do Tevinter Templars not possess the ability to disrupt magic, Tevinter Magisters are flummoxed when they encounter such abilities. There was an attack on Magister Tilani's estate, but our agent, Sir Belinda Darrow, reports that it was handily beaten back, and is unlikely to return anytime soon. Magister Tilani sends her thanks, as well as some artifacts stripped from the attackers. And a scented handkerchief. Don't ask. Cullen. So either Magister Tilani was flirting with Cullen because he sent his people, or flirting with Sir Belinda Darrow. And I have never quite figured out which one. What was the other thing? This one, a memorial for Haven. So this is actually going to get us to the next time we can have Crumb do something. Ambassador Montillier, although we have not always seen eye to eye, I believe that on this subject we will be in perfect agreement. I would like to build a monument at the site where Haven stood, as a memorial to all those who gave their lives defending the faith. Shall we work together to honor those fallen heroes, Madame Ambassador? Marquis Duelion. No, I lied. This has nothing to do with the Chargers. They were just looking for survivors. Anyway, whatever. I prefer Cullen being like, yeah, sure, let's talk to our actual Ferelden people to go back into the mountains in Ferelden, rather than Josephine being like, nobles will fund everything.
All right.
So we're going to do that. And that is it for now. So, I'm going to call that a stream for today, because that's I really don't have all that much time for right now. So we're gonna save. So got through the last Temple of Dirthamen, did some character stuff. Next time I will be, I believe, getting started in the Emerald Graves, which is in and of itself a fun little map. Depending on how much time I have on Friday, I may actually get pretty far, because that's not a particularly complicated map. There's just it's kind of it's not as dense as the Exalted Plains in that there's a lot of stuff that you have to do that takes a lot of time, but it's kind of dense in that there's a lot of lore that goes into it, which, as you probably know if you're here, is one of my favorite things about Dragon Age. So, for right now, I'm going to call that a stream. I hope everybody had fun today if they were hanging out. If you liked what you saw today, if you want to follow my stream, you can tap that follow button up there. You can also head onto my Twitter and follow me there. I update my stream info on Twitter, so like if I'm going to be streaming, if I'm not going to be streaming for some reason, like polls on stuff that I'm doing, if there's like more than one choice and I'm like, I am completely ambivalent about this choice, what do you guys think? All of that is going to go on Twitter. I also have a Discord server. Mostly the Discord is a place for folks to chat in between streams. We are a relatively small Discord server as of right now, but we're very friendly, I promise. You know, it's kind of a don't be a jerk, you're welcome here. That's the main rules there. And of course, the my Twitter updates, if I remember, also go in my Discord server, but I don't always remember to put them there. So that's a thing. And last but not least, if you liked what you saw, if you have a couple of dollars to spare, I have a Ko-fi account. Currently, my Ko-fi account stuff, my goal is going towards getting me a capture card and a stream deck. So I'm hoping to get that done so that I can stream things, other than stuff I have on my PS4, so that I can, first of all, I'm planning to go through Dragon Age Origins and then 2, and then Inquisition for a future Inquisitor, which requires me to be able to connect to my Xbox 360, which does not connect to the internet. So, that's a thing that I want to do. I also want to stream The Witcher 2 and 3. I am absolutely not going to stream the first one because I know myself. I'm not going to be able to focus on a game on my MacBook. Point and click games, not my favorite. Anyway, so all of that stuff is going towards, currently going towards Capture Card and Stream Deck, which is going to enable me to not only stream things from not my PS4, but it is also going to let me, do things like put up BRB screens or an outro screen so that you're not all just staring at Tali's lovely face or the back of her head while we're, doing our outro stuff. So, with that, looks like I do have a couple of people in my chat. So, I think what we are going to do, Fox Scribbles is also playing Inquisition right now. I believe what Fox Scribbles has been doing has been going through and playing an evil Inquisitor with Bobo, who she used in Dragon Age 2 also, which is utterly hilarious. And I'm too soft to do an evil Inquisitor. I tried once and it didn't happen. So we're gonna go raid Fox Scribbles and see how Evil Inquisitor Bobo is doing. I will be back on Friday, 10 Eastern, and then usually Fridays are my longer streams, so I ought to be 10 to 3 Eastern, most likely, somewhere around there. I hope everybody has a fantastic afternoon, / whatever time it is where you are. I'm gonna go eat lunch. Have a good one. Let's go say hi to Fox Scribbles. Bye, guys. Helps if I end my stream.